Good afternoon. Good afternoon, freedom marchers, freedom family, freedom lovers, freedom fighters. I'm mad late for this live stream, but when I'm on my way, when I do live streams on the way to the house from Georgia, I like to wait until I get out of Atlanta. And of course, Atlanta is ass. So, it took me quite a bit longer. Took me about an hour longer to get out of Atlanta. But anyway, how y'all doing? Thank you guys for coming through. Thank you guys for whoever came and hit the like button. I seen Queen Camiran was in here. Queen Camiran Fields, how you doing? 22 Roman, what is good? 22 Roman, what is good? I know what y'all thinking. Snapzilla, what the hell you talking about, man? About this voting shit. Well, as y'all know, as you guys know, November 6th, I believe, Tuesday, November 6th is coming up. And of course, we have a presidential election. And, there is a lot of talk and rhetoric surrounding the election. And there are a lot of people, trying to push the vote, rocking the vote, this, that, and the third. And there are a lot of conversations about what that vote looks like, what's going to happen when this or that person gets voted in, all that type of shit. There's a lot of news and information out there. Can't Guard J was good. Dead Mike in the building. There of course there are a lot of discussions. There are a lot of discussions about what our vote does. There's a lot of discussions about who is the best person to get our vote. Who is the best person for the job, right? Who's more? Am I back, y'all? Am I back? Damn, I just started my goddamn live. Goddamn, shouter. So listen, y'all. There are a lot of people that are proud voters. There are a lot of proud voters out there in the world today. And that's perfectly fine, right? That's perfectly fine. That if you want to vote, do your thing, right? Do your thing. Even if you don't understand what you're doing when you vote, it's fine. Because most people don't understand what they're doing when they vote. And this system is set up for us to argue about the vote, right? Instead of having discussions about how we can move forward as a people, we're arguing over the vote. And someone like me, I don't vote. All right, I'm a proud non-voter. And I don't not vote because, I don't like the president. I don't like the candidates right now. So I'm not voting. The reason for me not voting is because I don't like Kamala or Donald Trump. No, that's not the reason. The reason I don't vote is because I refuse to submit. I refuse to consent in that regard. I refuse to add my name to or add my check, or I don't even know what happens when you vote. Do you put your name on the ballot? I mean, how does that work? I know you got to put your name on it when you register, and I guess you have to put your name on the ballot if you want your vote to be counted. So you're just adding your name to a pile of you're adding your name to a ballot, and that they throw on top of a pile of other ballots with other people's names on it that are saying, yes, I'm voting for this motherfucker, but if that motherfucker don't win, I still submit. I will go with whoever becomes that person, right? And my reason for that, right? My reason for not submitting, there are a lot of fucking reasons, right? Number one, I don't agree with this system. I don't believe it should exist as it does, right? I don't believe that it has our best interest at heart, right? Or my best interest at heart. I believe that the system is set up to keep us in chains. And what's interesting is that a lot of people that vote understand this. A lot of people understand that vote that this system is corrupt, it's unjust, and the people that pull the strings are firmly entrenched. Their power, their grip of power over this system that, you know, commits tyranny against us, they're so firmly entrenched, they're so firmly in place that the idea that you can replace a president with somebody that you feel is better is going to do anything. It's not, right? So when I hear people say, if you don't vote, you ain't got shit to say, shut up. I laugh at that. I scoff at it. And I think you got a whole lot of nerve making that statement. And this is not just one or two people, right? These are a great number of people. This is how most voters think. Most voters believe that if you don't vote, then you don't have a say in the outcome. You don't have a say, you don't have the right to complain about the outcome, which doesn't make any fucking sense. It doesn't, it makes no logical sense whatsoever. It's illogical. It's illogical to say that someone who didn't vote has no right to complain about the people that you guys backed up and the voter backed up and the voter put into place. Because if you believe your vote counts, that's what you understand that you're doing, right? You understand that if your vote counts and you're casting a vote, then you are responsible for the actions of the individual you voted for. Do you understand that? Not only are you responsible for the actions of the person you voted for, you're responsible for the individual that you didn't vote for that got put in place. How was that when you didn't vote for him? Well, because you played the game. You participated. You showed up and said, all right, let's do this. You played the game. So guess what? When you lose, you have to accept that loss. So I know that a lot of people can't wrap their mind around that, right? A lot of people are like, huh? How does this work? It's very simple. I used an analogy a number of times in other videos under different names, but I decided that I wanted to talk specifically about voting and why I don't vote and why I will not shut up even if I don't vote. Because if you believe that voting is the way for you to gain this get permission to talk about shit and have a discussion about shit, then you're not thinking about the right shit, right? Because voting is one of the things that I can control at this moment in time that has to do with putting into the system, putting my energy and faith in the system. Because one reason I am allowed to speak on it, one great reason, is because I get extorted just like you do. Just like the voters, I get extorted. Yeah. I pay what they call taxes. So I am a tax-paying so-called citizen. Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I pay taxes, motherfucker. I put into the system, right? The society that we live in right now, that's being controlled by the system, I put in work, right? I put in time and labor and energy, and my time and labor and energy goes to the system. The system uses, the government takes from my paycheck every week to do it, whatever the fuck they want to do with it. So, to me, that gives me every right, right? That's not the only thing that gives me the right, but that gives me every right to say whatever the fuck I want to say about the motherfuckers y'all install to reign over us, right? The people that you guys put in place through your vote, through your submission, through your consent to be governed. Yeah, I have every right to say whatever the fuck I want to say about these people committing atrocities all over the world. Not just in this country, but all over the world. Taking our money, sending it everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Not putting our, not explaining to us why our money is going where the fuck it's going. They make these decisions without us. No one consults you. Who in the chat has been consulted by the government before they sent our money to another country? Did they talk to y'all about that? Did anybody call you and ask you, hey, what do you think about us giving $50 billion to Ukraine this year? You think we can do that? Oh yeah, you're okay with it? Oh, what about $100 billion? Are you okay with that? I know we're using your taxpayer money. Yeah, we're gonna call as many taxpayers as we need to get a consensus. Yeah, no, they don't fucking do that, right? They don't do that. You don't get a say in where your money's going. I don't get a say in where my money's going. So, yeah, I have skin in the game, so I can fucking complain if I want to. If I want to complain about them sending my money to Ukraine and Israel, I got every right, because they sending my motherfucking money. Let's get that straight right now. So, that's one reason. And another reason is because if you guys, not you guys specifically, but if the voter, right? If the voter or the number of voters that participate in the system, because trust me, even if your vote does not count toward who becomes president, and even if it doesn't count toward who becomes a congressman or a senator, if you have that belief, if you say, oh, my tinnitus acting up. If you say, damn, goddamn ringing in my ears. So if you say, if you choose, if you say that, your vote doesn't count toward this, it only counts towards local elections, all this, that, you know that same talking point that people use. What your person does affects how I live my life. Yeah, the voter did that. The voter put in Joe Biden. So let's say I'm working on the Keystone Pipeline, right? Let's say I'm working on the Keystone Pipeline. I done relocated to North Dakota. I done brought my family there. I done did all that, right? Started working on the Keystone Pipeline. I'm getting taxed every fucking week. Well, y'all are so upset with Donald Trump that you decide, let's all vote for Joe Biden. Let's get Biden to be our president. I didn't vote for him. But what is one of the first things that he does as president? Shuts down the Keystone Pipeline. Now my job is gone. So the decision for individuals to vote for Joe Biden caused this Keystone Pipeline to be shut down and caused me to lose my job. And I could have been making what, $200,000 a year. I'm a superintendent for an electrical company. There's a lot of money in it. I'm making $200,000 a year. Oh, well, Joe Biden came through and said, nah, we shutting that bitch down. And I'm like, who the fuck put this guy in this motherfucking office? Who made this goddamn decision? Guess what? The voters did that. I didn't do it. So you mean to tell me I can't be upset about my job being taken away? Even though, because I didn't vote, I'm the problem? No, y'all the problem. The voters are the problem. Point blank and period. No candy coating or sugar coating on this one, y'all. Nope. Y'all gonna get it from both barrels, goddammit. I got a double barrel pointed at that ass, and y'all gonna get this work. See, that's another reason. So I'll give you another example. Right? Let's say I live near a stream or live near a river. I live near a river. I live near a river, and that's all. Hey, I live my life. I have a little cabin. I hunt for food. I fish for food. I get my water from the stream. Nice, clean, running water from, the ice-capped mountains. You know what I'm saying? So that nice running water, hey, it's nice and fresh. You know what I'm saying? I'm living my life. Hunting, fishing, minding my business. Next thing you know, hey, where's my stream? Where's my river? Oh shit. My river done dried up. My stream done dried up. What the fuck is going on? So I'm like, okay, let me go investigate this. I take my ass up the mountain and discover that a bunch of people built a dam on my river. Now I'm not getting my water. I'm not getting my water. But these people, they thought they were some goddamn beavers. They got a bunch of mud and trees and all this type of shit and built the dam. Just oh yeah, we're gonna keep it here. We're gonna irrigate. We're gonna create all these tributaries, man-made tributaries, so that we can feed our crops and all this other shit with the water and all that. Yeah, we're gonna clear some trees. You know what I'm saying? All this, that, and the third. They made all these decisions without me. Yeah. Even though I did not help build this dam, guess what? Now I can't get the shit that I used to have because y'all built the dam. Now I'm not getting no goddamn fish and I ain't getting no water. I'm like, what's up with that? You had no right to put this dam here. You did not come down here. You did not ask me what. So even though I did not help build the dam, I still got affected by that dam being built. Does that make sense? It makes all the sense in the world because it's the person that, or every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So if you perform an action that has consequences down the road that affects other people that did not commit the same action you did, how are they, and it affects them in a negative manner. But they had nothing to do with your actions. They did not commit the same actions you did. But if they say to you, hey man, you know, when you did that, when you built that dam here, right? When you decided to participate in building this dam, you not only affected my way of life, but you also affected the way of life of all the animals that live near where I live at. So not only am I not getting water, but the deer ain't getting no water, the beavers, motherfucking fish can't go to the lake, right? Or whatever the fuck they want to do. That river salmon, the river salmon can't get to the lake. You know what I'm saying? It done swim upstream, swam up waterfalls and shit, spawned in the ocean, and now it wants to come back to his lake and chill, but it can't do that because you built this goddamn dam. But the fish and myself, the beavers, the deer, you guys didn't build this dam, so you ain't got shit to say about it. How the fuck does that work? What? How the fuck does that work? Y'all motherfuckers cause all these goddamn problems, right? Or you continue to participate in the system that causes problems voluntarily. You're voluntarily going and submitting your name. You're basically telling them, go ahead, do what you want. I submit. You're submitting. That's goddamn what you do when you vote. Point blank, period. And in a way, I'm also voluntarily participating, but in a different way. Because I still go to work where it's a W-2 job, right? Which means I'm on a salary, and my company reports my earnings to the government. Yeah. So I still participate. So in a way, I'm also part of the problem. You understand? I recognize that. I recognize that by continuing to participate in this system, by continuing to go to work for a W-2 job and have my earnings reported and have them snatching my money, I'm still part of the problem. I am just a less willing participant of this problem. But I still recognize that I am part of the problem. But you won't ever hear me say, oh yeah, you don't pay taxes. You'll never hear me talk to a motherfucker that don't pay taxes, that work under the table. Understand? You'll never hear me tell them to stop complaining about anything they want to complain about, because they have to work under the table. They have to hide their earnings. They have to be careful. They can't just live freely like everybody else. They can't just go buy shit. They can't just, they can't earn $100,000 under the table and then just go buy a car with cash, because the dealership has to report any transaction over $10,000 to the IRS. So yeah, because I still participate in this system by going to work and having my earnings reported, which gives the IRS a reason for existing, I am part of the problem. I am why it's so hard for this guy working under the table to earn a living without having to look over his goddamn shoulder and expecting IRS agents to show up at his door talking about what's up with this boat? What's up with this goddamn car you got? No, I gotta put shit in my mama name. I gotta do this. I gotta do all this sneaky shit. I can't just live free. Yeah. So if he complains about that, who am I to say, you don't motherfucking pay taxes, you ain't got shit to say? That's fucking retarded. That's half retarded. No, that's full retarded. You went full retard. Make it make sense. I can't make it make sense. So I'll never complain about somebody who doesn't pay taxes having to struggle and not do what the fuck they want to do because they don't want the IRS looking up their ass all day. And God knows what they're doing to earn that money under the table. You know, whether it's selling drugs or y'all know how I feel about that. If you want to sell drugs, hey, do you. If you want to buy drugs, hey, you're a free individual. As long as it's a mutually beneficial and mutually consensual transaction. If a drug dealer, and I wouldn't complain about a drug dealer having to worry, look over his shoulder all the goddamn time and not get busted. Why would I complain about that? Oh, I'm a law-abiding citizen. If you ain't a law-abiding citizen, then you ain't got the right to complain. No, that don't make no sense. No. So the drug dealer is providing a service and providing goods that somebody wants. It's as simple as that. It's the free market. So if you are operating in the free market and you are selling a product that someone wants to buy and they're doing it on their own accord and you're doing it on your own accord, there's no force, there's no violence involved. Who am I to say anything about that? Right? But we give credence to this system that has declared a war on drugs and has prohibited drugs, which is worse than just letting it happen. Y'all know that, right? That the war on drugs, which started with Nixon, right? And well, there were prohibitions before that, of course, but the war on drugs, it really amped it up. It created more problems than it was supposed to solve, right? We know that. Well, we should know that, because my position on drugs is this. All right, so let's say you got Colombian white, right? You got the purest snow cocaine that you can ever feast your eyes on. You can imagine old girl from New Jack City, that nice, beautiful, round ass. Not only are you popping pimples on her booty, you snort a line on it. Do you? You got the purest white cocaine, straight from the coca plant, dried up, done, in a natural, how it's done, and it's not prohibited. It's not illegal. So you're sniffing this cocaine off that beautiful black round ass, and you minding your own goddamn business. You minding your business. Is no one saying anything about it? And then all of a sudden the CIA, the CIA comes through later with the bullshit, but y'all get what I'm saying. The government decides to prohibit it. Now, oh shit. But you know that we don't grow cocoa plants in the United States. You got to get that shit down there in South America. Yes, you get that shit in South America. Well, it used to come over here freely and pure. But now, because there are restrictions and prohibitions and laws against it, not so easy to get that shit no more. Now there's a premium on it because it's so dangerous to deal with it, because you might get snatched up by the government. The government might snatch you up. So now, because it's so difficult to sell this shit, because it's so expensive in its pure form, because it's so expensive in its pure form because it is pure. And so every time you need to buy from your supplier, the price goes up. Why? Because they're putting themselves at greater risks from the government for getting snatched up or getting busted. All right, so we got to come up with something. I'm losing my ass over here. I'm losing my ass, but I can't stop because, I got people that want this shit, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't create relationships with people and they want this shit. And now it's getting dangerous because everybody's worried about getting caught by the popo. Oh shit, what do we do? What do we do? Oh man, you know what? We might have to cut this shit. Yeah, we're gonna have to cut it. Yeah, we're gonna have to put chemicals in it. Yeah. So we're gonna buy a kilo. We're gonna buy a key. We need some baking soda. We need this, we need that, we need all this shit. All this bullshit. We gotta cut this shit so we can stretch it. Yeah, we gotta cut it so we can stretch it and so that we can make some money. And we're gonna call it freebase or crack. Yeah, yeah. Crack cocaine exists because of government. Yeah. And now crack cocaine, well shit, look what we stumbled on a fucking landmine or a gold mine here. We got the purest cocaine. Right? It gets people high. You know what I'm saying? It gives them a lot of energy. They be zipping and flopping and zipping around. But it's not super addictive, right? It's not super addictive. But it's pure. But now, we didn't create this crack cocaine. We got this crack cocaine. It's way more addictive. And it's cheaper. It's cheaper. So we can just buy a key and we can make that motherfucker stretch. And we can make a whole lot of money off of it, right? I'm not a drug dealer. I don't know exactly how much you can make off a key. But you get what I'm saying. So, let's say I'm that drug dealer. And my homeboy's a law-abiding taxpayer. He's a law-abiding taxpayer, right? He don't want no parts of the game, right? And I don't want no parts of what he doing. I like to operate as a businessman in the free market. And I'm like, man, these motherfuckers making it hard to sell this coke, man. And then the square homie's like, oh yeah, what you mean? Man, these goddamn cops, these goddamn feds, they done snatched up 3 of the homies. You know what I'm saying? They done killed some people down the street that was operating. You know what I'm saying? And now it looks like they're getting close to meet. I got 3 or 4 street captains. They done went missing. I don't know what the fuck to do. Right? Now, I know this is gonna sound crazy. And my law-abiding friend is like, well, what the fuck you talking about? You used to, you know, you was doing your thing. What's going on? Man, this new motherfucker that got voted in office, man, he's going after cocaine hard, man. He's going after the drugs real hard, man, you know. And he made it illegal, basically, making it hard to operate. So, man, then we had to cut this coke up, man. You know what I'm saying? But I see what it's doing to people. Yeah, we were driven to cut this coke up. But what I heard was the cat that gave me the idea to cut it, he said somebody from the CIA gave him the plug. Yeah, his plug is a CIA, basically. But you know, man, they basically gave him the idea to cut this shit up and turn it into crack. And the law-abiding homie is like, wait, did you just say the CIA is the plug? Yeah, man, yeah, they the plug. Yeah, but that's how this shit go, man. That's the government for you, man. And then here's the kicker, I say. And then he says, well, why is it, how is it illegal and the CIA is helping y'all? I don't get it. It's big business for the government, man. You know, hey, the government makes a lot of money off that shit. You know what I'm saying? They kick up to the CIA. The CIA gets a lot of money, all this, that, and the third. They doing their shit with the Contras. You know, I mean, hey, it's part of the game. But man, I seen what this crack do to people, man. It's not good, man. This crack is really bad. Crack is really bad. Crack is fucking it up. But we can't stop because, you know, the government, we're under threat by the government if we stop. So we gotta let them do what they do. We gotta let them arrest people when they want to arrest people and leave that shit alone. And then the law-abiding citizen homie says, hey man, No, you ain't got a right to complain. No, you need to shut the fuck up. What you mean? What you talking about? Yeah, man. How much you paying taxes? You know I don't pay no goddamn taxes. Oh man, you need to shut the fuck up then. Do you see? Does that make sense to y'all? I'm really trying to paint the picture here. I'm really trying to paint the picture. Yeah, I know. The dude's a drug dealer. I use the extreme on purpose. But that's how it is. That's how it is. Y'all don't understand. And the point is, the government created these problems that we complain about. You see what I'm saying? The government that we uphold, the government that we hold up, the government that we continue to submit to, are creating the problems that we complain about. But we look at the non-voter, the person that says, you know what? I'm going to protest the government by not submitting to them on this stupid ballot. And we got to shut up. The government created the problems that the non-voter complained about. But only the voter that put the government in place has the right to complain about it? Or the government, not put them in place, but the government that is keeping, excuse me, or the voter that is keeping the government in power are the ones complaining. Like I said, I am also a participant. Yeah, I'm also, you know what I'm saying? I'm also part of the problem, right? But in a different way. Because, like I said, I recognize that as long as I continue on this path of government, you know, participation and submitting to the government in the way that I do, I don't submit willingly like a voter does. But again, I'm getting myself slowly to a position to where I no longer have to, I remove as much involvement from them as possible. I'm actively working toward that. Why? Because I don't want to have to complain about the government. But guess what? The reality is, I'm still, even if I build my own little homestead, right? Even if I build my homestead, become completely self-sufficient and independent, the government is still going to be in my business, regardless. But at least I can remove myself and remove my involvement and remove my submission as much as possible by doing so. Until a change comes to where we ain't got to worry about it. Because listen, it's going to happen, right? At some point, it's going to have to, the shit's got to stop. It has to. No system can remain in perpetual motion. No empire remains in perpetuity. Every empire falls. But I want to be in a position, or have my my future progeny, like, right, my children and my children's children, I want them to be in the position to where if it falls, they're going to be okay, right? They're going to be okay. They're not going to they're going to be in the best position possible because they're going to be self-sufficient. And when this shit falls and when it all crumbles to the ground, though the people that didn't vote and recognize that, listen, we have to start making changes for ourselves. We have to start making changes for ourselves and put ourselves in a position to where we don't need government as much as possible, right? Because in reality, we really don't, but we have to put ourselves in a position to recognize that and to live in that truth. Live in the truth that we do not need government, and that we don't, all we need is ourselves, and we need small communities, we need family, right? And that's what we need. That's what we need to subsist and exist in this world today. We don't need government, y'all. We don't need government, you guys. We don't. And that's just the reality of it. And it kind of, it hurts me when I hear people say things like that. Oh, if you don't vote, you don't have nothing to say. When these same people know the system is fucked up and corrupt. I just don't understand that mentality. It's that cognitive dissonance I keep talking about. These are opposing beliefs. Understanding that the government and the system that the government operates under is corrupt, right? And just trash. But we still get up and we still go and we stand in a fucking line and we put our name on a goddamn piece of paper and we drop it in the drop box and we think we fucking did something. We think people really think they're proud and they think they've actually accomplished something when they do that. In reality, even if this system wasn't corrupt, it would still be corrupt. You understand what I'm saying? What I mean is, even if the system was not controlled by corrupt individuals, it would still be a corrupted system. Because it cannot exist without being corrupted. It can't. It's too, even if everybody that control government, all the government officials, if they were all altruistic and they really cared about people, they cannot help everyone with all their needs. They can't. And trying to control everyone, and trying to control 350 million people, you are going to fuck some shit up. A central government it's completely flawed and completely inefficient, and it's retarded. It's dumb. A central government is the worst idea. It was the worst idea. The Federalists, they had some wild shit. I don't know what they were smoking. It was the worst idea ever to create this federalized government, this centralized government. Because few elite motherfuckers, so-called elite people, you cannot, you don't know what's good for everybody. That's why it's better if the systems and the structures are as small as possible, right? Because it's more intimate. There is more knowledge of what people need, and that people are naturally going to congregate, and they're going to get together with people of like minds. That have the same ideas, the same philosophies, the same type of culture. It's better that way than by trying to force everybody, trying to force 350 million people to operate under this one umbrella. It doesn't fucking work. And it hasn't worked, and it's not working. It doesn't work like that. Yes, human beings are social beings. But goddamn it, not 350 million people social. I'd say maybe 20, 30 people. 20 or 30 people. Because can you imagine? You have hundreds of goddamn senators and Congress people. 100 senators and I think 235 Congress. I forgot exactly. But they get together. 300, less than 500 people, they get together and they make decisions that affects the lives of 350 million people. There's no way they can get it right. There is no way they can get it right. You understand? And they get together and they have meetings and they talk about what's best for us. They have this paternalistic bullshit where they think and that they know what's best for us. They get together, and then these special interest groups come in, and they fucking, they pay these people off. They, bribe them to get them to do what they want them to do. Because those are the special interest groups that send lobbyists to these people to have laws go in their favor or to strike down laws that go against them. They're the ones that truly benefit from this system. The corporatists, the corporate welfare recipients, those are the ones that truly participate. You think they give a fuck about a vote? Absolutely not. They don't give a shit about no goddamn vote. What they care about is how much do you want? How much money you want? They don't care who's in office. Everybody has a price. Everybody has a price. That's why I say it's just too corruptible. Everybody has a price. So they don't care about a vote. They don't care about the vote and who gets in there. No, all they care about is, all right, this person, she's the new congressperson or she's the new senator. Let's go over there and see how much she's willing to take to go our way. Yeah, this is after they're already in office. And these people, they get money from these lobbyists. So it's like, okay, yeah, they voted for you. I don't really give a fuck who won. I'll give you $300,000 if you vote against this anti-fracking bill. Yeah, I'll make sure that I give you a good, nice, sizable donation. Yes, they can do this, y'all. It's perfectly within their ability and within their bullshit ass rights. They can lie. Listen, this is what they do. This special interest groups do. We'll drop some real good dough on you. As a matter of fact, when you get done, you come work for us. You can be a consultant. We'll give you about an $800,000 salary. How about that? They can do shit like that. Do we not understand that? These are the people that these are the entities that truly benefit from government. Unleavened Evan, what's good? Can't Guard J is in the building. By hearing and hearing by is in the building. Thank you guys for coming through. Thank y'all for hitting that like button on the way in. But y'all get what I'm saying? And see, that's why I don't vote. I haven't a true understanding about how this shit works. I have a true understanding about who actually benefits from government, right? The bankers, the big corporations, right? All the special interest groups, they're the ones that truly benefit. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, we have to deal with the bullshit that comes along with the decisions that these people make on our behalf. So that's why I don't vote, and that's why I have a right to talk. I have a right to talk about it because not voting, that's one of the only things I don't do that you do, that you voters do. I do everything else y'all do. I get extorted just like y'all. You know what I'm saying? I go to the DMV, get tags. You know what I'm saying? I do all that bullshit. I got car insurance because it's forced on us by law. All this other type of shit. I do it. I don't drive reckless, on the streets because I don't, and these are things that I participate in. I'm not being a hypocrite. I do everything y'all do and am affected by the government just as much as you are. And the only thing I don't do is vote. Why? Because that's my way of saying, giving my middle finger to them. No, I'm not joining in on this bullshit. I'm not participating in this nonsense. Yeah, that's why I do it. Yes, not voting is a form of protest. Can you imagine if on November 6th or whenever the fuck it lands on, no one showed up to vote? Can you imagine what would happen? These motherfuckers wouldn't know what to do with themselves. Listen, and not only that, if we just one election year, we just don't vote. No one votes. No one shows up. And then right after that, you stop paying your taxes. Yeah. Stop paying your taxes. You know, just whatever you can do, just to protest. See, you don't even need to free yourself from government through violence. You don't need to initiate that through violence, y'all. No, it doesn't have to be violent. You can send the message. Keep your kids out of school. You know what I'm saying? Don't go buy any gas. Don't buy shit for a week. Don't participate in the market. Don't trade on Wall Street. Don't do anything. Just live your fucking life, right? Do it for like a week. Do it for like a week. Oh, it'll be a huge problem. Yeah. You would see what happened then. Yeah. They wouldn't be able to operate. You know how they talk about those stupid government shutdowns that they threaten us with every quarter? Oh yeah, if we don't do something by midnight, we're gonna turn into pumpkins. No, motherfucker, bullshit. It's a dog and pony show. All they're gonna do is print more money that we don't fucking have. And this is what we voting for. We're voting for them to print and 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 print, so that our children's children can pay for it. And they're going to just continue to do it as our children continue to have children. So guess what? It's never going to end. Yeah. It's never going to stop. Why? Why? Because we just continue to let it happen. We continue to allow them to pretend like fiat currency is real motherfucking shit. It's not. So you think you're special because you're voting. You think you have the right to complain because you're voting. I think it's the opposite. But I'm not going to say that I'm not going to tell you to shut up because you vote. No. What I'm going to say is I'm going to turn that shit around on you and say you're the one you're the one who's choosing these motherfuckers. And even if you don't choose them, by voting, your choice to vote lends credence to their existence and lends credence to their purpose. Their purpose only has credence because we give it to them. It's basically fiat rule, y'all. Just like with the fiat currency, it's fiat rule. They only have as much power as we believe they have. That's it. So anyway, I'm done. I've talked y'all ears off enough. But that's how I feel about it. It is what it is, right? Voting is bullshit. Voting, it does nothing. And no, I do not vote. And I will continue to speak up and speak out about the unjust system that we exist and are trampled by every day. And that's just what I'm gonna do, point blank and period. I don't give a hot fuck about none of it. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Much love. Like, share, subscribe, and we're gonna keep marching forward toward freedom. Peace.